Mindy, look at this view that we have here of the sun rising over Danville. This is just amazing. A beautiful, beautiful scene. And something's about to play out over here.
I see something on a boat way over there, exactly as the sun and we are in transit of line of the sun rising and a guy on a boat.
Who is that over
Is that
there?
Jack Culkin, George Washington?
We're making it.
Crossing
we're
what?
No longer King George?
No. We got
A different George?
We got a new bit for the rest of the week, maybe. But so could we zoom in on that? I think.
Oh, Dave, yeah, we've got that on camera.
Crossing what could be even
We're
the
getting there.
Susquehanna to Delaware. We're doing a 250 theme here, so just put it in your mind, people. Put it in your mind.
George Washington, can you hear us over there?
You know, crossing the Delaware was cool, but this is way better.
Oh!
Unfortunately, if we're on right now,
He
I'm
says
not
crossing
hearing anything.
the Delaware was cool.
But I got my trusty sidekick, Mr. Bear, and George. We're crossing the
Look
Sus,
at how it's timed with the sun
having a
coming
wonderful
up.
morning.
That is beautiful.
I'm sure George didn't have to do this with one arm.
Okay. Thanks, George.
Anytime.
Obviously, we are doing our history with this tour, and we're seeing that this morning.
Captain for doing this for George.
Correct.
You look fantastic for being
absolutely.
270 years old.
And I have Betsy with me.
All right, Betsy, so thank you guys. This is great. What's the latest progress here?
Oh, they're still making their way across. In the Susquehanna River. Yes, there was history's crossing of the Delaware. We had the crossing of the Susquehanna with George Washington himself.
It's a stretch.
And the bear.
It's a stretch. So, okay, we all know Washington crossing the Delaware.
Yes.
So now we have Jack Culkin crossing the Susquehanna.
I don't know
Doesn't it
who
work
Jack
somehow?
Culkin is, but I'll tell you what, I don't know why I ever decided to cross rivers in the winter. The summer is where it's at. This has been beautiful this morning.
George is telling everyone, they can't hear him up here, but he's saying it's much better to cross the river in the summer than in December, like George Washington did.
And without guns pointed at you, too.
Without guns as well. So we're having a great morning here, setting things up. Jacob Gearhart, so he was the one who arranged the boats for Washington to cross the Delaware, and then he settled right here in Riverside. So we have a little reenactment of that here this morning. And so there's history all along the way as we're going this morning.
And they look great for being 300 years old.
Yes, you do. You've aged well.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
You're doing well, getting ready for another day?
Yeah, so I always like the western counties, which I'll be biking through
Perfect.
today,
Very good.
because it's flat. For the most part, not always, but where's my partner?
So
All week long,
King George has been replaced.
Oh, he is not.
George Washington himself.
You just crossed
The river was easy.
Delaware. I mean,
Walking up
Susquehanna.
these hills, man. Oh my God.
Wait. Whew, such a classy guy with silk screen buttons. You couldn't even get real buttons on this outfit.
Continental Army didn't have the budget this year. We did not.
How was the crossing of the Susquehanna?
I tell you what, crossing any river, I recommend it summertime, not the winter.
Oh,
you know, this
all
was
right,
a breeze. This was like vacation.
And no one was perched with guns on this bank.
No.
Way
No.
to surprise
You did
the
see some
red coats.
fishermen, though.
The way you surprised those red coats,
I
genius!
saw them all.
Yes,
And they
genius.
ran in fear.
And
No
now it's all
Hessians
there.
hiding over here.
That's right.